against Russia. Most of the world is coming together against
Professor,
Russia. India should get off the fence.
Okay, now I'll tell you something, Professor Kapchu. And I hope that you will allow me a decent response, and then Ambassador Pawan Verma will respond to you. I see John wants to respond to you. First, I'd like to. First of all, with the greatest of respect, Professor Charles Kupchan, you have no moral standing to talk. You are in no position, you as in America is in no position to pretend to be the guardian of democracy and human rights. You are the worst perpetrator of atrocity. You, in Barack Obama in 2011, intervened in a nascent Libyan civil war, using the NATO and Arab League partners, prolonging the war for 1 decade. You launched armed conflict in at least 6 countries. Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Somalia, Niger. You carry out drone strikes. You've killed thousands with your drone strikes. You run Guantanamo Bay. You're dealing with India. We're a big country. We're not your satellite state. So don't lecture us on what we need to do. We're going to look out for yourself. You use the phrase geopolitical expediency in place of values. You lecture me as an American to an Indian on values, and you say that we are acting in geopolitical expediency. Allow me to complete, sir. Allow me to complete. Where were your values? Where were your values? Where were your values when in the first 2 months of the US invasion of Iraq, 7,186 Iraqi civilians were direct casualties of the war? Was that your expediency? Was it an expression of your values, Professor Kupchan? Sean, I've been saying this, that today the West is trying to chastise the world's largest democracy, India, and sermonizing that this is the stand India should take and that is the stand India should take. And I'd like to tell you, we have taken a stand. We are not going to fight a battle with Russia. That is a Western creation. This is a creation of the West. We are abstaining. We did not cause this war, Sean. We did not cause this war, and we will look out for ourselves. Because don't you for a moment think that we have forgotten history, Sean. I'd like to remind you that the UK and the US moved a joint resolution in the UN Security Council deploring the use of force by India in Goa, Daman and Diu when we were liberating Goa, and it was the USSR at that time that vetoed it. And let me also tell you, I don't forget 1971. The US tried to actively harm my country in 1971, where after Pakistan, launched Operation Genghis Khan against India. It was the US that rallied with Pakistan and dispatched a 10-ship naval task force, the US task force, from the 7th Fleet of the South Vietnam into the Bay of Bengal, and we still won in Bangladesh. So please, we cannot trust the Americans. We should never completely trust the Americans. Now for the British, because Sean, you're British. I think it's a great country. I love Great Britain. But my question here is very simple. We cannot forget how in 1971, the UK dispatched its aircraft carrier, HMS Eagle, into the Arabian Sea to bolster Pakistan and then retreated after the Russian fleet was spotted. So no, I do not forget my country's history. And you tried to pass resolutions against us in 1971 when the people of Bangladesh were being plundered and raped and murdered. At that point of time, when we were liberating Pakistan, you tried to pass a resolution against us. And while UK and France abstained, Russia vetoed it. So I never forget my country's history. And I truly believe that a great country like India will look out for itself. And I'm completely a believer in the recalibration of the world order. And while I condemn the casualties in Ukraine, I think we are doing a damn good thing, and I'm proud of my country for standing up for itself.